How you doing, everybody? It's still January 11th 2010. It's the middle of the afternoon. I went out to do my little job and I got it done quicker than I thought I'd done because of the snow. It started to melt and it was a lot easier to do, so I'm back. I had a quick cup of tea there and I'm back in harness, as it were. So I've just sat down and I want to make this little thing if I can, this little video. It's sort of in my mind because when I was outside there I was thinking about what I was going to say and all the rest of it. And really what I want to talk about, I want to quote Michael O'Leary. I'm nearly sure it's Michael O'Leary said this. I don't want to start. Somebody can, if it wasn't Michael O'Leary, you can tell me who it was. I don't know who it was. I'm nearly sure it was Michael O'Leary. And Michael O'Leary said, "Is there any employee in the world who's worth more than €5,000 a week?" That's a question he posed. And I think he's not too far wrong. You know, it's a colossal sum of money there every week, isn't it? Well, what if I told you there were people in our government who earned, some of them earned twice that, or maybe more, a week? Not at all. Oh yeah, big time. You better get real. You better get real. There are lots of them. There are chief executives of many of the semi-state boards, but I'm not going to deal with them because that's in the public domain. You can actually go and look up what they're paid. But there's a group of people. They're nearly all men except for one. One's a woman. You cannot find out how much they earn. They must earn colossal sums of money. So, but I'm going to see if I can find out how much they earn. I'm going to try and make it my business. I'm going to rattle a few cages, see if I can find out how much these people earn. It'll be truly fascinating to find out what they get, because I don't think it'll be their basic wage. Their basic wage will be quite large. It will be several times what the Taoiseach earns, but it'll be the bonuses. The bonuses will be phenomenal what these people earn. And these people are from two groups of people within the government. And as I say, when you go in and you try and investigate what they earn, you just come up with a blank. It doesn't. It refers you to the Department of Finance. It doesn't say anything, and then the Department of Finance reports doesn't mention anything about them. It's all a closely guarded secret. They're from the National Treasury Management Agency, and there are 6 of them, and then the rest are from NAMA. Okay, and I don't want to go. I'll read them out very because I don't want to go into all the whole shenanigans of it all, right? Because it's boring. But just they earn a lot of money, okay? And I'll just very quickly go down it. There's 6 of them in the National Treasury Management Agency, and it starts off the Chief Executive, John C. Corrigan, and then we have a fellow called Oliver Whelan, Brendan McDonough, who's the CEO of NAMA, and then Eileen Fitzpatrick, she deals with the National Pensions Reserve Fund, and then 2 other boys, Brian Murphy, he's in charge of the National Development Finance Agency, and then a person called Kieran Breen, and he deals with state claims, okay? And then we go to NAMA itself, and it's headed up, as we say, by Frank Daly, none other than Frank Daly, the bankster's big friend, ex-revenue commissioner, the banker's big friend, okay? Take him out to private dinners, but that's the previous post we just dealt with there, okay? Stuck his photograph up, and then we have photographs of I'll put it up in a minute or two, you can see it there. We photographs of some of these other men. Peter Bacon, he's in NAMA. Michael Summers, who'd have thought to get into NAMA, but he no, too bright for him. He was the head of the National Treasury Management Agency up until he retired quite recently, and this fella Corrigan then took over. And then we have Brendan McDonough, who's the CEO of NAMA, and then we have a man who doesn't fit into this parameter at all. He's the lawyer for NAMA. He'd be Attorney General, but he's paid as the Attorney General. He's completely separate, nothing to do with this. Okay. Then we have Kevin Cardiff. He's moved over from the Department of Finance, and then we have our old friend Dr. Al Nairn from the Federal Reserve in Washington, okay, ex-Federal Reserve man, big acolyte of Professor Alan Greenspan, okay. And then the three recent additions are a man called Peter Stewart, because they needed a chartered accountant to do up their accounts, obviously very complex accounts that they'll have to deal with. And then the chairman of Dublin Transportation Office, a man called Willie Sophie Soph or Sophie. It's anyway. I'm sorry, Willie. I don't mean to be offensive. Yeah, it's his name is pronounced Soffe, Sophie. All right. And then our great friend from the steering committee of the International Monetary Fund, Stephen Seeley. So they're all the men, and all those men and that one woman will earn colossal amounts of money. And you're not able to find out, as I say, within the public accounts. There's no mention of how much they earn. So they must earn great deals of money. And as I say, I just find it extraordinary and incongruous that you have our Minister of Finance, who we indirectly elect them. We certainly give him the sovereignty through his government. We elect the government, and in electing the government, we give them sovereignty to rule over us for 4 or 5 years until the next government comes around. And part of that sovereignty is given over to every individual minister who's in the cabinet. And what happens is he would meet with them maybe once a month or twice a month. He would have meetings with either the National Treasury Management Agency or NAMA. That's what's going to happen on an ongoing basis. He'd be meeting with them, and it must be extraordinary from his point of view. He has a sovereignty. He earns about 220 grand a year, and he's surrounded by all these people who have no sovereignty. He employs them. He's their boss, but all of them earn 2 and 3 times what he earns. Minimum. Lots of these guys be earning 10 grand a week and more. It's truly hard to believe, isn't it? So brings me back to Michael O'Leary with a vengeance. It does indeed. So Brian Lenihan's singing off this little hymn sheet here. He's singing off this little hymn sheet here, and they're singing off big hymn sheets. So that's the story. That's just the way of it. That's Irish politics in the 21st century. That's what you gotta be aware of it. And it's a nice one if you can get it, though, isn't it? And then when you do pack up and you're finished, you've got a massive pension. You've got a huge golden handshake and a massive pension. Truly nice one if you can get it. And by the way, you can never lose your job. That's the other thing. You can never lose your job, not while the state exists. Okay. Good luck. Bye, everybody who lives in the real world.